a modified bridge here. So you lift the hips and get the hips engaged so you can get full extension in that right leg. And then we're going to fold it down and bring the left ankle, or the right ankle, above the left thigh. Open up the hip. It's a seated figure 4. You can see the 4. You can see the seat. And we're just going to work on releasing and opening up this right hip just a little bit. We already did the back side of it. We kind of did the outside of it when we were doing those little side stretches in our little lunge. If you want to bring this pose just a little bit deeper, what I recommend is leaning forward just a little bit so that you can grasp your hands behind this left leg, engage in this left foot, bring this left knee closer to your chest if you can, right? And that'll deepen the stretch in the hips. Keep opening this right leg up. Keep opening it, right? You fly it open. And then just release, right? So engagement in the feet, and then the rest of your legs, they kind of just let go. They kind of get stretched by the passivity of the pose. The lower back, it feels grounded, it feels connected right now, it feels supported by the mat. My shoulders, those are pretty good on the mat. My head, it doesn't really know what to do, but it's down there. I'm not trying to overextend or hyperextend in the neck and the cervical spine. So I'm just rocking it a little side to side. Alright, and then when this leg feels complete, we're going to do a little spinal twist. So your arms can come out to like goalposts or to a T. If it needs to go under the couch, that's fine too. And then we're going to shift our hips, shift our legs, shift our knees to the left side while trying to retain our shoulders onto the mat. So twisting with this. Twisting with what's inside here. Oh yes, every little crack and kink. Lower these left legs down towards the mat. If it would feel good, maybe you bring this left hand to the outside of this right thigh and guide it over just a little bit. No forcing. You don't want to like yank yourself in. But this might help you lift that right hip just a little bit so you can get them stacked. Move slowly because this is some exposure on the spine and you really don't want to mess with that. You want to keep it nice. You want to keep attention on it. Oh, that right shoulder still planted into the mat. The left hip is in the mat. I'm giving a slight pull on this outer right thigh, but I'm not pulling very hard. You don't want to force yourself into anything. Alright, now we're going to release by bringing our knees back up to the sky. Shoulders are still planted. Plant both of the feet. Maybe you walk them out to the width of your mat and bring your knees together. A slight little windshield wiper will help you release that knee, hip joint on the right side. And then we're going to move on to our left. So, coming down to downward dog again. Find your stance. Find what makes you feel stable. Hey baby, you want another drink of water? It made me feel better to take a little drink of water. I'm going to take a drink of water before I switch poses. You want to sit, babe? Here you are. Building some heat in the morning today. Proud of y'all for that. Your body is too. One more and then we gotta get back to work. Alright. Good girl. Alright, so downward dog on the mat, and then we're gonna lift the left side, so please, okay. Left leg reaches up to the sky. Even out the hips, even out the hands, even out the shoulders. Bend the knee, stack the hip open. Shoulders realigned, hips realigned. And then we're going to bring this left foot up to the front of our space. Lower that right leg down a little bit. I almost always walk it back just like twice. 2 little walk backs before I move into the pose. Lift our chest, lift our gaze, and then lift ourselves. So engagement, you can immediately feel it in that right hip, the front of the right thigh, right there. The left leg, it looks like I'm pulled back a little bit. That's my hips, right? So lean forward just a little bit. And if you need to walk it forward, walk that knee forward. No forcing. We're not going to force ourselves into a pose that our body doesn't want us to be in. So try guiding those hips forward so that they're in the same plane, right? Instead of being left, the right hip back, suck it down and in. Instead of the left one being back, that one doesn't happen very often, but you want your hips in the same plane. You want them straight, you want them looking forward. Inhale our arms up to the sky, and we're going to do that side body stretch. First to the left. So I like grabbing that wrist before I do this, so I can use it as a balance. Maybe it comes down. Oh, yeah. That leg is getting a lot of tension today. Tell you. Alright, we're going to switch sides. Try to keep those hips in the same plane. Alright, then we're going to go to our half splits. So, foot flexes up, toes are coming back towards our face. Engagement in this right knee, like you want to push down in that so that you can lift up, so you can gain some length in the spine and the upper body. And then we're going to use that length to fold over this left leg. Bring the hips into the same plane again. That's what's always important, is finding the balance for your body. Maybe that means taking an extra break. Maybe that means an extra child's pose. Balance for your body is different than balance for my body. They're pretty similar because they're human bodies, but everybody's been through their own story. Everybody has their own stresses and traumas that maybe I can move into my hip a little bit quicker, or maybe I broke my wrist 8 times growing up, so I gotta make sure that when I'm going into my dog and I'm doing my chaturangas, I need to make sure that I'm putting extra intention into my fingers so that my wrist is supported. Everybody's is different. Even yours, Autumn, even if you don't want to be on the mat, daughter. And maybe you give yourself a little inhale, halfway lift. Like bring the shoulders down the back. Engage in the core. Bring that navel to your spine, and then fold forward again over that leg. Before we walk out of this and then go to our figure 4 on our back, I hope I'm doing all the poses. Release just a second. Maybe you come down to a child's pose, or maybe you come to a hero's pose. I like hero's pose as a resting. Bring the shoulders over the hips. It feels grounding to me. It allows me to catch my breath. It allows me to refocus on myself. What's up, little girlfriend? Can I have a high five? 1, 2. Yeah! Alright, so we're going to do figure 4 on our back. Please stop making a mess. Maybe do a slow lower to the mat. Using the core to bring ourselves down. Arms out to a side. Maybe you windshield wiper the knees a little bit. Give your back another release. Hey. Trouble. Left leg. Inhale it up to the sky. And then bring it on top of the right thigh. That left ankle. Engage in that right foot so that you can feel that left leg splaying out, the left knee. It will be supported if you're engaged in that left foot. Hello. Stand up. Stand up. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. You know that? I love my baby. Alright, then we're going to sneak these hands behind the right leg. I'm going to put my opposite thumb on top for this grip behind my leg. If you can do that. I feel like it'll help you balance. If you can't, remember, that's fine too. This right leg, flex it. The right foot, flex it. Left foot, flex it. Bring that knee up towards the chest a little bit. You'll feel this in the hips on the back side of the body near the tail of the spine. You might feel this on the left hip. It's a slight compression in the hips, right? I love you. I'm sweaty, huh? There's sweat on my brow. Alright, goodbye. Are you going? Goodbye! Goodbye! Hey, don't kick me in the neck. Who do you think you are? You think you're